Periphery. 5. Djent is not a genre. Seriously, like, I get the joke. But, you know, that's the whole point, is because technically it was just the phrase he used to describe the sound of the riffing he was making, of his Meshuggah inspired riffs that Misha Mansour was making. Yeah, no. And so it's more just the technique of it, I guess. I don't know. Just like how, you know, Mike Dirnt was known for the Dirnt thing with Green Day and stuff. That's what the whole point of it. And it just became a genre when really it's progressive metalcore at the most. Or progressive pop metal in some cases. Like their case, I guess. And hell, some progressive pop metal acts are just doing that kind of thing. Angular little thing. But yeah, this is the, technically, I guess, 5th in the main series, but 6th overall project-wise. But yeah. Periphery. I love that shit. And he was... The first track, Wildfire, is amazing. Nice little jazz, little section. That's which is different for them. You know, I've heard it multiple times, done by Tesseract. A bunch of times through the Rivers of Nile, one Rivers of Nile album. But it still works here. That Atropos is pretty good. I personally like some of the more popular tracks like Wax Wings, even the Silhouette, and most people are talking about Dying Star being a little different. Taking some, like, I feel like Dying Star takes aspects of both Wax Wings, Silhouette, and puts it together in a very interesting way. And then we get Zagreus, which was also a single around the same time frame as Wildfire. And then the longer tracks of Dragul Garas and Thanks No Boy, which I think isn't a bad ending to this record. And overall, I feel like this album as a whole is still pretty dang... And once again, I don't think this band has made a bad album necessarily, but they've made albums that have so far still been considered, including this one, better than the first record. Which shouldn't be a hot take, because most people think it's the first, which the band themselves says, no, it's not. We've done better. And they're not wrong. Get over it, some of you fuckers. Ugh. Because that one's production is dated as shit. 2 made up for it, big time. To me, Periphery 2 up to Periphery 3, which also includes the Juggernaut series that's sandwiched in between those records, as being the prime of this band for me. And Hail Stand being kind of when it seemed like they were falling off or not hitting that the right way. Even though Blood Eagle, I started to grow on, I wasn't sure I was feeling that deathcore thing, because I ain't much for deathcore, to be honest with you. Though Whitechapel's Kin is an exception to the rule for me. And everybody wants me to probably say Pain Remains, but I didn't bother to give it a shot. I'm not going to really talk much about it. I have no reason to say so. Maybe I should check it out. I don't know. Given that they're going to wind up opening for Mastodon and Gojira and they're giving them a shot, maybe I should. I don't know. But regardless of that, everything's fine. It's probably I guess of the heavier tracks, I feel like it's the weakest. Comparatively speaking to everything else, which I still like it for what it is. Hell, I'm actually even interested in the more synth poppy stuff that Silhouette and Dying Star go for, and kind of make... Dying Star definitely works the most about it, and is the most different. Everything else does still fit in the usual Djent thing, but for the most part, I feel like I want to give this album a little more credit for trying a little harder, whereas with Hail Stand, I feel like it was just a shell of what worked about what made Periphery 3 so masterclass for me, and it just didn't hit it even in the poppier moments, and there was just something lacking in that record. And it just felt like they just kind of settled for just trying to do a joke by the end with the that just wasn't happening here, and I feel like they finally went back to showing they are a more mature band than that on this record. Don't get me wrong, they have a sense of humor, but they didn't allow that sense of humor to overshadow the music the way they did on the last record, He'll Stand. And luckily they didn't here. And they actually focused on I felt like some of what was missing that I wanted to be as a follow-up to P3, this record does a better job of than what I got out of P4. So, as far as I'm concerned, I like this more than P4, but I can't say it's better than P3 or the previous ones, but I still feel like they're trying to do some things different and working in some new ideas and stuff. Spencer sounds great on here, of course. There are some decent leads here and there, but they don't focus on it as much as I wish they would. But when they do, it's not bad. Especially Zagreus leads are really nice. I think Wax Wings has a decent lead. Maybe Dying Star, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I listened to it the first time, and it was a late night too. But I definitely plan on going back to this, regardless. I don't know where I'm going to fit it at for the end of the year list. For me, I could see some people wanting to put it in their album of the year contenders so far. I'm not going to entirely blame them, at least in that regard. But if you're going to tell me that that the band has surpassed P3, I wish, but no. Which is the only thing about it that's disappointing. But musically, I still get something out of it. And I'm more excited that I got more out of it than P4, personally. But yeah, for me, I'm just gonna... I'll still give horns up, you know? It's not gonna be... It's like a high thumbs up to a low horns, though. It's not an enthusiastic horns up, though. So... But I still like it, you know? Like, I do like it enough to say that I can still be happy with Periphery. And it bums me I'm not going to get to see them in the show that's going to be in St. Louis. That's going to be tomorrow, because I have decided to do Alter Bridge and Wolfgang Mammoth Van Halen because, well, I was trying to get my girlfriend to go to a show, and there's some complications to that, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to bring a buddy of mine that I've talked to Alter Bridge with that's a better guitar player than me, if any of you have been catching my Instagram anyways lately. And if you haven't, link in description below to my Instagram. I am at least 15, going to be eventually 16 days in to my Lenten resolution of 40 riffs in 40 days. I might miss Tuesdays and have to bounce it into the next day because of the concert. But other than that, yeah, that's what's going on with me. Also, my Haken review, if you see it now, it's posted late because, well, scheduling happened and life happens. Let's just put it that way. And I just wasn't able to upload it when I was hoping to because it doesn't want to work when I want it to. Boo! Library needs to have good connection all the time. Oh well, that is what it is. But yes, I enjoyed this record very, very much. Periphery's still doing their thing. I don't expect it to necessarily reinvent the wheel. I was just expecting something just good, and yeah, it's good. It's real good. Almost, I went real good, bordering great, but yeah. What did you guys think of Periphery 5? DJENT is not a genre. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Whack that like button with thrust if you must. If you like this video, also hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get more, to see and get more of my videos, and just tell the algorithm to go fuck itself. Other than that, as always, guys, I'm trying to think of what will be coming up next. There's some movies here and there I yet to see that I need to see, that I might eventually get to seeing and reviewing. Same with some albums. I'm trying to think of what they are. It's not on the top of my head. But you'll know when it drops. Let's just go with that. And as always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, y'all.